may be muted. Hey everyone, what's up? Hola, ¿cómo está? Bueno tarde, buen tarde, buenos tardes, however you say it. What's up, everyone? This has been a long awaited review. Well, awaited for me because I've been wanting to review this for a second and a half. But it hasn't it hasn't worked out that way. Gonna say, hey, Tanya Brooks, girl, you must be the other one. Well, expect something from me this week. You didn't respond, but someone else did this week, which makes me think that you didn't receive what you were supposed to receive yet. But as y'all know, I am in Mexico. What's up? Hola, mis amiga, ¿cómo estás? Listen, this is an impromptu. When I say impromptu, I planned it earlier today because I was like, I have to check this off the list. And I wanted to come in and just talk about the rebirth of Black cinema, y'all. Let me introduce myself because we're about to get into this. You know what? I was celebrating the Honorable Malcolm X yesterday by reposting the celebration for his 100th birthday, and I still had the ticker going. But I want to get into this because if anyone is like me and is a cinema buff, loves the movies, child, this is the review slash recap, the conversation. And listen, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for whoever wants to chime in and come up and chitty chat, because that's what I want for this live, for whoever. I mean, who knows who's going to show up. What's up? Hola, hola, mis fellow Mexican visitor in May. However you say that. Hola, our choice hauling. Hola. Buenas noches, Anita Leach. It's so good to see you. So I'm going to put the link in to anyone who wants to come on up and have a conversation, because I'm super excited, y'all. It's such the perfect time to have these type of movies and series come join us, or not come join us, but find us, right? Because there's so much negativity and these stories have taken some of that away. I am sitting in the bed right now just simply because I wanted this to be a cozy, comfortable conversation. Today was an amazing day. I am out. I run into a fellow Essence writer. Well, I wasn't on the writing side. I wasn't on the editorial side. I was on the publishing side. But a sister who's a writer, and who knew? She lives here. She's been here for 3 years, writing from Mexico. Listen, I need all the good energy, the good vibes, the good information that I can muster. Let me quickly introduce myself for those of you that don't know. I am Kim, aka Kim with the Gems. Here on this channel, we talk all things related to travel, money, and finances from a cultural perspective, a cultural point of view. These two productions are cultural points of views and need to be discussed and enjoyed. I have been listening to the soundtrack from since the last week. Spotify has the official soundtrack. Do yourself a favor, go ahead and download it. Go ahead and get into it. Spectacular. And let me just shout out. Well, I'm going to shout out both of the directors in a minute. But if you are not part of the Flawless Gymnation family, there are so many ways for you to become part of it. Just hit that subscribe button. That automatically makes you part of the Gymnation. You become an automatic gemstone just by hitting the subscribe button. If you want more engagement, check the description. There's ways for you to either become support the channel by becoming a member, and that link is somewhere. I think it's in the description. If it's not, just go to membership on the channel, and there's 2 levels that you could join at. Or you can join and we meet up once a week and just on Zoom, just have conversations related to everything that I just mentioned. So without further ado, I want to just quickly shout out Mara Brock AKIL first, because Forever was the series that I did not know we needed, but good Lord, how was I, again, binge this series in a day, probably less than. I started watching it in the evening. Next thing I knew, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, took a quick nap and finished the rest of the series. And I plan on rewatching it, but I'm trying to not waste time, right? I'm trying to maximize my time while I'm here in Mexico. So if you haven't seen it, Miss Mara Brock AKIL, she's a producer, a writer. We know her from the amazing series like Girlfriends, The Game. One of my personal favorites, especially in the beginning, was Being Mary Jane, and then now Forever, which has already been picked up for a 2nd season. It just came out like, what, a week and a half ago, and it has been picked up for a 2nd season on Netflix. So if you haven't seen it, just know that there will be spoilers. There will be topics that we're going to talk about. I'm not going to, give away the whole movie or series, but that we will talk about relationships, and we'll talk about why it was such a must-see series. And when I tell you, even the casting, oh my gosh, shout out to the casting director. I need to find out. I don't know who the casting director was, but it's already been nominated. Oh, no. Yeah, it was nominated for Gotham Award. So if you haven't checked it, she also, Mara Brock AKIL, also co-executive produced The Jamie Foxx Show. She was a producer on Moesha. Love Is, there was a TV series, I think it was on OWN. She was executive producer for that. Wow. Yeah, she has credits, y'all. And so let's quickly get into Ryan Coogler's, because I want this to be kind of like interchangeable. Like, I don't want us to feel compelled to stay on one topic or one of the programs for long. Hola, Laura Baker. Good to see you. LB is in the building. So next up, we're going to talk quickly about the producer, director of, was he the producer? Yeah, producer of Sinners, Mr. Ryan Coogler, who we all know from multiple other projects. I first learned about him. It was the Young Man in California. Let me see if I could find it. Oh my gosh, how come I don't see it? I'm gonna find it in a minute. But I also know him from, of course, Creed series, as well as Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther series, Creed 2 as well. And he also, Fruitvale Station. There we go. That's when I first locked in with him. And that was amazing, a super amazing. What was he on that? He was the director for Fruitvale Station. And that was back in 2013. Goodness. So yeah, he's also, like I said, getting lots of accolades from Sinners, which brilliant performance. And let me know. Oh, yes, Anita, it was Fruitvale Station. You said something station. Exactly. It was Fruitvale Station. That's what it was me. I didn't even have the station I'm ready. But yeah, so let's just quickly, not quickly, whatever time we have, what time is it? It is 10:14 in New York, so 9:14 here. It's still quite early for me. Actually, the moon doesn't rise until 10 something. So depending on how long we're on here, I may go catch that. But let's just quickly talk about, and I keep saying quickly, let's talk about, oh, y'all think I'm playing. I hope y'all can see. Popped up the playlist on Spotify for Forever, the official playlist, banging, banging, or bussin', as the young kids say. But I wanted to quickly bring up just a couple the characters. Let's quickly talk about the characters. So, if you haven't seen it, it's centered around a Judy Blume novel called Forever. Most people in a certain age demographic, Gen Xers, are familiar with Judy Blume. I'll even say millennials as well, but this is Mara Brock Akil's take on that novel, and she did a spectacular job. The two main characters were Keisha and Justin, and it was about young love, but the way the families were portrayed on each end, basically, brilliant, just brilliant. Let's talk about the families real quick. So, Justin comes from a two-parent household, financially, I would say upper middle class. Upper middle class. I can't. I wouldn't say. I don't know what. Definitely upper middle class. If you've seen it, let me know your thoughts on it. He has a younger brother. Justin is in high school, senior, plays baseball. They really don't say what his challenges are until I think towards the end, if not the last episode. But you can tell there's something, right? He's socially awkward. He is a basketball player, and the fact that his diagnosed issue prevents him from his talent from being received well because of the awkwardness. There's some challenges there. He's a homebody pretty much, and he's, he has one friend who, he's more social than Justin. And I forgot the friend's name. I should have had that ready. But anyway, then there is Keisha. Keisha comes from a single parent household. Mother works hard to give her daughter, what she can from, she had a scholarship to the predominantly white high school that she was going to, but then she transferred to another one, unbeknownst the real reasons to her mom. Her mom now has to pay tuition, but her mom is working hard to make sure that her daughter has all that she can give her. And part of that was a great education. Now, Keisha, why I love this character so much now, she was like me. Howard University was her school of choice, and she didn't want to go no place else. And so Keisha had my heart from Howard University, but the mother had the support of Keisha's father's father. So Keisha's grandfather, man, that man showed up and showed out for his granddaughter. Oh, there's so many layers to Forever. Yes, creative, floral, and travel. We are talking about Forever right this second. Powerful, powerful. But the grandfather, up early in the morning. So Keisha was a runner. She was on the track team. And of course, when you're on track, you have to train. And her grandfather would get up at the crack. It wasn't even dawn yet. Get up in the dark. Go. I think this was like Runyon Canyon. That's what it looked like to me. But go to the hills and sit there and time his granddaughter. And the scene at the graduation, when that tear started running, she was salutatorian. He was there, front center crying. took me out. And even though the father was not around full time, there was definitely love there. He loved his daughter, didn't do the best in showing it from a time perspective, but when he did come around, you can tell there was mutual love there. But the grandfather filled in the gap. And if you haven't seen it, please, I mean, just showing how men, oh goodness, there are, the way Black men are being portrayed nowadays just hurts my heart. But this, even though, he was an older gentleman, he definitely stepped up where his son fell short. I also think the timing of the release of Forever is perfect. We are talking about prom season. Well, prom season is, yeah, for some places it's happening. Actually, May 15th was the anniversary of my high school prom. I'm not going to tell you how long ago it was, but it was a while. But it's also graduation season and people getting ready, for college and going away. So um, the timing of the message, I think, is just perfect. And the fact that Justin's family, although there was, okay, I'm not even going to say that. I thought the portrayal and the casting for Justin's family was perfect as well. So Justin's mom and dad were together. The mom graduated from Northwestern, I think it was Northwestern College, Ivy League, right? And the father owned restaurants in California. He's from New York, named his restaurants of the street that I don't think he grew up there, but the street he spent a lot of time on in Queens. And he was a successful restaurateur. Never had the chance to go to college. No one in his family had the chance to go to college. None of the men, I should say. So the pressure was on Justin. Justin had no idea what he wanted for his life. He played basketball, so the thought was he was going to go to school on a basketball scholarship. But again, remember, he has learning challenges. So even in high school, he was given extra time to complete his exams. So there were modifications that needed to happen, but very smart. And his mother wanted him without question to go ahead and go to college, right? So did the dad, but the mother was the pushy one, the real pushy one. But the thing that I loved about how Forever was portrayed, it was so much love. Like, it reminded me in a lot of ways my family, in the sense that you have one parent that's the lenient one, and then you have one parent that's the not taking no mess parent, right? And that's what Justin had. So in his father, the the mother kind of raised him in fear, love, but fear. She was raising a Black young man in California, reading stories about, what police do to, young Black boys, right? They act first, ask questions later. And so the fact that he had the father who gave him some leniency, gave him some freedoms, and the fact that, the mother and the father, they would clash in that area, but not to the point where you heard them arguing at night or cursing each other out. It was what it was, right? The father wanted to raise a man, right? And not somebody who walked in fear every time they walked out of the house. But the mother was like, no, you can't go there. It's too late. Why are you telling him to go take her there? It's 10 o'clock So anyway, but the mother, so many ways that woman just had my heart. How she initially treated Keisha after learning, and I don't want to say this part if you haven't seen it because no one is commenting that they've seen it, but the way she treated Keisha, child, beautiful, just beautiful. Um, and the father, it was interesting to see how the mother, although Justin loved his mother, I think because of how hard she was on him, he didn't outwardly show it the way he outwardly showed it to his dad. But it was nothing but love in that house. There was another character that I think really spoke to me or spoke to. Well, let's talk about the relationship between Keisha and her mom. So, like I said, Keisha's mom truly wanted to do everything for her child, but it just really showcased how these parents think they know everything going on, think they have a tight rope on these children, and don't have a clue. Her child was traumatized, living in trauma, and the mother had no clue. But it shows that's what happens, right? When it's a single parent home and the mother's working nights and, you know, trying to stay on top of whatever she could stay on, but you can't stay on top of everything, right? But the love between Lakeisha and her mom, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it was such another beautiful love story. Like I just am so happy to see black love all up and through these screens because I really am tired of the fighting and the cursing out and the reality shows and the other stuff, right? And the multiple babies outside of the, families. I'm really tired of it. So if you get a chance, Forever, I think there's 8 episodes or is it 10? Hold on a second. I'm gonna let you know right now. So it seems like nobody in here saw Forever. I'm a little sad about that. I wanted to. Oh, somebody said loved it. It was creator. Hold on a second. Let me just see how many episodes. And if you did see it, I would love to know who your favorite character was and your favorite part. Hold on. Why is it not showing up as like number 1? And again, I think each episode is like 50 minutes. So go ahead. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so it's 8 episodes, each one of them under an hour. Now, I will say, anyone who had a young love, it will remind you just how spastic, chaotic could be. They could be. Child, there were times I was like, oh Lord, if y'all don't make up y'all mind, like it was one of those, but at the end of it, it was like, I get it, been there, done that. But yeah, so I wanted to get through. Oh my gosh, yes. This, and even how he first challenged his mother, right? When he challenged his mother when she was going through something at the time, and he challenged his mother. Was like, I thought you would want, we should do this or whatever. I don't want to say something that may completely give it away, but yeah. So Creative Flavor and Travel says, I loved how Justin stayed by her side, even though he knew what he thought happened, right? And they were each other's first. Yeah, because that was surprising, right? Who knew that part? Like, I thought she was, based on what had happened to her, I thought she had been, a little bit more experienced. But did you shed a tear? Because I know I did. I shedded a tear multiple times when he was crushed. Oh, then you have to see the part. There's a part where she went to find her love. That's all I'll say. She went to find her man halfway across the country, not halfway, all the way across the country. And as fate would have it, of course, they, found each other. And then, you know, anyway, just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful love story. And again, like I said, I really want to pay homage on this channel whenever these things come about and encourage us to go see them. I do want to say, I did see an interview with Mara Brock AKIL, and she talked about the meaning of forever, right? And what is a forever love? So this is going to lead me into sinners in a minute, but she asked, is it a forever love or a love that we remember forever, right? The way she posed that question and the way the series ended until the next season was perfect. Like, when you say forever love, what does that mean? Is it something that, what is this? I don't know what that is, but does that mean that it's a love that is gonna just last until the end of time, literally, or is it one that's going to last until the end of time up here? And if you could, for me, I know, listen, not to get too deep, but you know, and I'm not even going to get personalized. Let's just say more times than not, it's something that lasts up here versus the actual two people who fell in love lasting forever. I thought that was powerful. She also talked about Justin, and when Justin, had to cry multiple times. Well, the character, I think his name is Michael something. You know, he was, challenged with that because he was concerned about what his friends were going to say, right? Like his friends after seeing, like, damn, you crying again? But she said, and it's true, that's, an emotion that more and more what's a black men? But black men need to get in tune with, or should be in tune with, because when you don't cry, that turns into anger. Those emotions have to go produce something somewhere. And for black men who have been, and listen, it's not just black men in general. When I was growing up, men just did not cry. You could go through all of the old shows that used to come on. It was taboo for men to cry. But I will say, the way she approached it, and I think that's also why Justin was such a good person, because he was in tune with his feelings. Also, let me say, Justin had never dated before, right? He didn't really, that wasn't his thing. He was socially awkward. Keisha had dated before. And so emotionally, everything was a first for him. So there were extreme emotions about everything. And yeah, only time will tell. But sometimes we hold on, and I think you're talking about the forever love comment. I think sometimes, and I don't know this to be true nowadays, but I know back in my days, right? And a little after, that was like the dream. You thought you would have your either high school or college boyfriend forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And that was a dream. And there was a lot of people, like I said, I went to Howard, that went to Howard to find a husband, to find their person, right? But realistically, as we grow and as we change, I don't know that those are smart moves. Dating, is one thing, but getting married at 22, 21, when the average lifespan is in high 70s, 80. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that that's the smartest move. Also, oh, the other thing that Mara said, it was clear that both of them were in some type of prison, right? What Keisha was going through that had not been publicly exposed, she was in that traumatic prison, where Justin had a prison of his own without really following what he wanted to do, but doing what he was told he needed to be doing. And so that bringing them together, like, is that supposed to be forever? Is that just supposed, the way they were able to help each other out through the situations? And I don't know what this was, but the weaving of the helping each other out through the situations was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the internal versus external love she talked about. Oh, and that every love story is about miscommunication. When you think about the most heartfelt love stories that we've seen, and even like Stella got her groove back, like the love story is the miscommunication. That's where the story of love really lives. And she shared that. So I thought those were some great quotes. But let's go ahead and get into Sinners. I am going to let me see if I could put this other. Uh-oh. Sinners absolutely had me in a chokehold. I believe that if they don't sweep every award ceremony, it is intentional. I did a quick video about Sinners, to me, being a less of a horror film, because truth be told, when I went to go see Sinners, right, I had no idea exactly what it was going to be about, because all of the promotion that I saw was definitely surrounding it being more scary than anything else. And so, what's up, Christine? So I didn't know what to really expect, or what I was going to leave, because I'm not a big horror person, right? So, but it was Ryan Coogler, Black Panther. And so I'm like, okay, child, I don't usually go to see movies more than once. I will see it once. If it comes on, a platform, I'll maybe watch it again if it was that good. This one, I had to go see twice. Had to go see twice, may go see a third time. I don't know. But these characters, another fabulous job in casting, just brilliant. And I really wanted to hold on a second. I'm trying to see. There was another one, another image where I had everybody's name, but I don't see it right now. So, but yeah, I really wanted to. Oh, is this it? No, that's not it. I really wanted to first start talking about the timeliness of this film, which also has me, I'm a conspiracy theorist at times, and I'm just very curious as to why they allowed this film to be released to empower us, right? To help empower us, I should say. Um, I would love to understand why Hollywood was so gung ho on this, because for those who go deeper into the messaging, powerful, super powerful. So I don't know Okay, first let me know, did anybody else in here see Sinners? Because if I don't get one person who said they saw Sinners, I am going to go ahead and log off and try this again, just simply because I need some feedback. I need some participation. Even if you don't come up on the screen, I need to know who in here saw Sinners, because I know the last time, a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, not many of y'all did. And so, and I'm talking specifically to my flawless community. Child, I'm trying to find. I know I had the image. It's not allowing. Oh, that's what it is. It's not allowing me to share it. And that's okay. So we're just going to use this image right here. So yeah, so okay, so creative flavor, saw it, perfect. Anita saw it, Laura saw it. Oh, hey, Dr. Kamani. Okay, more people saw it. Perfect. Hey, okay, Antoinette saw it. Yeah, Antoinette saw it before me. Laura got it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just take a 10 seconds to do a little quick commercial. We had a time at the 2025 Job Liberation Virtual Summit for Black Women, led by the amazing Dr. Kamani and Marissa Price. Dr. Kamani is, her YouTube channel is Lifting As We Climb Consulting. If you have not registered, not registered, if you have not signed up for the replays, go ahead and do so. Go ahead and get liberated. It was an amazing time. Many brilliant speakers. Bonus sessions still happening this week. Excuse me. So check out the site. I'm not sure. I probably don't have it in this chat, but you can go to Dr. Kamani's page, Lifting As We Climb Consulting. I'm sure it's there. I will add it. Yes, Laura was in the building. Yes. I don't know which sessions you went to, but I'm glad Laura was one of the first people to sign up that I know about. So congratulations. But yes, let's go ahead and get. Yes. You missed the beginning. I was speaking in Spanish. I'm still in Mexico for a little bit long, a couple weeks. And then I'm back stateside. But I started talking about today. I don't want to go back. I ran into someone who has been living here for 3 years, she's a writer for Essence, the company that I worked for almost 20 years. So I thought that was quite interesting. And she's a doll. Okay, you're still watching. Yeah, it's a lot. I need to catch up too. So your speakers link for virtual session should work for sharing about replays. Yes, I have been sharing it. Actually, matter of fact, what you can do, you can go to the community post page. The link is there. I've put a couple of posts up about getting the replay. So go ahead and check there. Again, highly recommend. But Sinners, as much as I love the movie, my side eye is like, why are they letting us talk about hoodoo? Why are they letting us talk about stuff they didn't want us to talk about for so long? Like, that's where I'm at in my head, right? It is quite interesting to me. But let's talk about, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and go left to right. Remick, this is Remick right here. Played the heck. Was he not a believable vampire? Was he not a believable vampire? Child. He played that part. Listen, again, like I said, everyone on this screen right now deserves some type of award. I don't know how they give everybody one, but they all need one. Then we're going to talk about Cornbread. Now, I fell in love with, I can't think of his real name, but I used to watch Ballers, right? And he played the heck out of his role in Ballers. He loved the heck out of his black wife, which is another trait that we don't see often when it comes to elite athletes, elite black athletes, and who they choose to partner with. But in Ballers, he had his beautiful black queen child, loved it. And then, oh my gosh, what's her name? Alice. See, this is why I need the daggone. Well, let's talk about Smoke and Stack. Smoke and Stack. Well, we all know it's one person, right? We all know it is the fine Michael B. Jordan. But the way he played the heck out of both of those characters, so believable. And for those of you, I'm curious to know, for those who saw Sinners, if you can put down one takeaway, what was your one takeaway, or two? But what surprised you? What surprised you? Like I said, for me, it was the love stories, the black love stories intertwined with the characters of the black characters. Let's just say that. That I was not expecting. And when you talk about what is child, and I'm probably gonna mix them up, but Smoke. When you talk about Smoke and the forever love that he had for or with child, the way I am trying to remember her name. Okay, here we go. With Annie. What did I called her something else with an A? April? I forgot what I called her. But Annie and Smoke's love. Oh my gosh. Listen. The act of love that Smoke had to do at the end with Annie, the act of love, the very last scene with him and Annie, the scene when he came back and placed flowers on their daughter's gravesite, the conversation in that store. There are so many references to just the power of that type of forever love. For that type of forever love. It to me, again, I was not expecting that. It was so powerful. Annie's love for her people, and even people that weren't her people, but she called family anyway. That's just the type of love we have, man. Sometimes to our own detriment, to our own fault. Then Mary, she played the heck out of that role too. I ain't gonna lie. She did the thing with that character. And Mary is for those who haven't seen, I wanted to make sure that it's people in here that saw it, but this is Mary. Then Pearline, child, Pearline, Mary Pearline, child. And little Sammy. These two right here, collectively, from when he first laid eyes on her at the train station all the way to the very last scene with him in the nightclub that he owned, or the jazz club. Black love, man. And I don't even understand her. I can't say she loved him, but that was a love at first sight for little Sammy. Well, they didn't advertise that he would be playing a dual role as the twin. So I knew that part, but maybe it was from, how did I know that? I don't even know how I knew it, but the red hat, the blue hat, Smoke and Stack. So whatever I saw, I knew that he was going to be playing two roles, but I just didn't realize how that would come across on screen. And it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And then I said in my other video, like Delroy Lindo, I felt every word that man said from the time he started speaking. From the time Stack came back and met him at the train station, and he broke down, no, you gonna pay me $20 tonight. But I forgot the other club, they gonna pay me $20 every Saturday. Like he was like, oh, no, not pay him, but they gonna have me because he was getting paid in liquor, right? All the corn liquor he could drink. But Delroy Lindo, from the first scene he entered to the last when he sacrificed himself, super brilliant. And I feel like I'm repeating myself because ain't nobody else responding. And I don't want to, have a one-sided conversation, but I just again wanted to come on and, I thought the name was cute, Forever Sinners. The importance of Black storytelling is so key right now. So even if you have some type of story to tell, go ahead and tell it. If it's to your family about your history, go ahead and tell it. I'm not going to get into all the negative things that are happening because that's not living in my head space right now. So I have been so disconnected from the news. Last night, not last night, during the Liberation Summit, one of the speakers, I think it was Glamazzini, she was in St. Louis and she was talking about something catastrophic that happened in St. Louis. I had no idea what she was talking about, but she said she knew someone who lost their life in St. Louis. And I think she said something about it being weather related. And so I put it in my head to look it up. One of my best friends from college lives in St. Louis. And her children live in St. Louis. I've been to visit her in St. Louis. And for me not to reach out to her, I'm like, but I still didn't know what was going on. So that night, that was on Sunday night, I think it was. And I said, you know what? I am going to research, Google what happened in St. Louis. Well, that night, did I go? Oh, I went out to eat, I think after I did. I went out to eat after the summit, ran into some people I know here, came in kind of late, totally forgot. So yesterday, I researched what happened in Tornado. What happened in St. Louis? I just saw your comment, Laura. Yes, it was a tornado. But I didn't know people lost their lives. So I'm listening and watching some of the videos and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm not on Facebook. I don't have Facebook on my phone. I'm not on Facebook a lot. When I do post, I'm posting literally from my laptop. So I immediately go check Facebook to see if she said mark safe from the tornado or whatever, but she didn't. And so I immediately after that sent her a text because it was Monday. She's an attorney. I was like, I can't really call her right now. I don't know if she's in court, whatever. So I sent her a text message and this is what I said. I was like, so I am just hearing about what happened in St. Louis. Please send a text letting me know that you and the family are okay. And her response was, hey, Kim, yes, we're all fine. Remarkably, we only got a little hail. The CWE is literally 5 to 10 minutes away from us and sustained a lot of damage. Definitely counting our blessings. Her husband, two of our family members have been displaced, however. Their apartment lost part of its roof and they had to move out. When I tell you that right there, I couldn't breathe until I heard back from her. Like I literally did not move. Was I in the bed? What time was this? No, I wasn't in the bed. But anyway, she responded. But I'm saying all that to say that now I am disconnected from the news. And it seems like every time I go to the news, There is something that puts me in a space that I refuse to live in, especially as it relates to us. Because what I noticed was, now St. Louis, there's diverse parts. Everyone that I saw that was drastically affected, and I'm not saying this to be true because I didn't stay and watch every single story, but it was Black neighborhoods. It was Black neighborhoods, people who had lived in their house for decades. A woman lost her life in church. She was in church, y'all, in church. Roof, I think it was the roof that caved in. So I am sharing these positive messages because we need them. And we need to pass down our stories because we just never know what can happen when it could happen. Um, you know what? That is a good, oh my gosh. I don't know. Hi, Alette87. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope I guess you subscribe because I keep the comments on for subscribers. That is a good question. Oh my gosh. Now you gave me homework. Now you gave me, you know what? I'm just gonna Google right now. Waken Center tornado and see what it says. I don't see any news about it. I need to go onto his I need to check, but I'm not gonna waste time here doing it. But of course, of course. Yeah, we need to focus on the good, share our stories. Yeah, of course, anybody who just like, Dr. Sebi, like, listen, I'm glad to have you here. Well, didn't he? No, so I think they took oh no, he had his YouTube. They took away something else. So for those of you that don't know, Yaki Awaken is a natural, like he's anti big pharma. Let's just say that. And he has, my friend went to see him not too long ago. He came to New York. He was at Mount Vernon High School and she went to see him. I know they took away, what did they take away? I'm looking to see if he's still on TikTok. Yaki. So if you aren't following him, he talks about how he wait a minute, he's a Dr. Yak. No, that's not him. That's not him. So they don't. Oh my goodness. He doesn't have the TikTok anymore either, huh? Because the one he has now, he's listed as doctor, but he only has 34,000 followers. Did he have to restart it? Yeah, so I'm not sure if he's still there or not. But back to, because I will. And so thank you for telling me about this because I didn't watch. Yeah, I don't watch the news either, especially when I am not in the US. Like I may tune into what's going on here in Mexico. Like I'll do a quick check to make sure, we're good. But the news here is so different, so very different. So then I go on today what did I go on the news today for? But I go to the Associated Press. That's my first place that I go. And I see they done sent people that don't live in Africa to Africa. And they're sent. That's why I can't do it. That's why I can't do it. That's why I want all y'all to watch forever. It's a beautiful escape, but in the sense that it makes you think. It brings back good memories. If I hear one more story, that's another reason I don't go on the news because I can't believe how much coverage there is over this trial that's happening in New York. I'm not even going to say the name because I don't want the algorithm to associate me with that. If I was to share, let me see if I can do this. If I was to share the homepage of um I will just say that it is just too much coverage. It's too distract. It is sad. And so Forever is on Netflix. It is a Mara Brock AKIL production. It came out about a week ago. It's already been renewed for a second season. It's based off a Judy Blume book, and it's amazing. It's about 8 episodes. It's about 8 episodes. So back to Sinners, and then I'm going to wrap up because it's been in almost an hour. And nobody, y'all ain't really, engaging with the commentary. Nobody wanted to come have the conversation, but I'm okay with that because it's only 10 o'clock here and there's a open mic that ends at 11. So I'm gonna go ahead to that. But no, I really want y'all to go see both of these. Support these brilliant writers that love our people. I believe that there's so much against us, right? I'm still confused as to why they allowed Ryan Coogler to send these messages, right? During this time when they're trying to take away these messages. But the other thing I was watching, Sherry. Well, not her, but I was watching the YouTube conversation between the mom and the girlfriend. And the mother was like, listen, Hollywood is, I forgot how she phrased it, but in Hollywood, DEI equals MONEY. So they know we overconsume, right? They know we overconsume in entertainment. So I guess the smart ones will put out feel good stuff, right? Because there's enough trash happening. There's enough ratchet trash out there. And I don't judge in the sense that if everything was hunky dory in our community, I could care less what you watch, right? Most people don't know how to separate. Those are the ones that, not most people, some people don't know how to separate. Those are the ones I'm concerned with. Like, I can watch an episode of Real Housewives and be done with it. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on the Facebooks. I'm not spending hours upon hours upon hours talking about any of those characters. It's mindless entertainment. Sometimes we all need a break, but we have enough of those, right? If you can do some mindless entertainment by watching forever, that's what I highly recommend you doing. So that's pretty much, I just wanted to come in and talk about the importance of Black storytelling. We used to have more of this. I remember the days of the Cosby Show, right? Remember those days when it was free and plentiful, different world, good stuff. Where is that nowadays? Did I already speak to how Ryan ensured that he is being truly compensated for the film, including ownership after a certain so powerful economic liberation? 25 years, I think it is. All rights returned back to him. And I don't think I spoke about that. So thank you, Dr. Kamani, because it ties into the liberation conversation that is so important, right? We literally sit up here waiting for crumbs. Like, even, listen, I have my issues with Mr. Tyler. I'm not a fan of a lot of his content, even though a couple things recently, I'm like, okay, somebody done tapped you on the shoulder. You done had a talk with God. God done met you in your dreams, or the devil. I don't know. But recently, I've seen a couple things like this. What is it? The 668. Then there was something else. But back to Ryan Coogler. Yes, he did say that his package is not new. I saw him interviewing. He said the package that I received, people are bringing a lot of light to it because Black directors don't receive it. But there are white, and he listed who he modeled that after, and I can't remember who it is, but it was Steven Spielberg. It might have been Steven Spielberg, but that's who he got it from. But the fact that we do not ask or demand, and a lot of times you have to show and prove in order to demand, right? You can't not have generated income for a studio and be like, I demand this. But he's at a level now where he could, should, and he did the homework, he did the research to figure out how to get it done. And so yes, he is following the footsteps of smart people. And listen, there's a lot we can learn from them. They, and I mean they alphabet Y and T, right? YT. They, YT. There's a lot we can learn from them and apply. And so I really want us to start doing that. Oh, yes. Okay, it was Quentin Tarantino. Thank you. I couldn't remember, but I knew it was a white man that Ryan Coogler talked about modeling his package after. And he's like, listen, so there's an amazing, he did an interview. There's a show, not a show, it might be a regular show. I saw it on YouTube, Democracy Now! And I think that was one of the better interviews that I've seen. I've seen a few. And it might have been that, or it might have been when he was on the Breakfast Club, one of the two, which I did not like the Breakfast Club interview because none of them fools watched the movie. Oh, we saw parts of it. I'm like, oh, you're wasting this brilliant man's time. Let him go. Let him go and be interviewed by people who watched the movie. But anyway, saying all that to say, he talked about, how I won't say he was upset because he didn't use the word upset, but it was peculiar that that's what the media was focusing on because he wasn't the first person. It's not like if he was the first person, then he would understand. Like, oh, this is the first time this has ever been done. But because he was a Black man or is a Black man, this is what they're focused on. And so, and they didn't focus on it with, I guess it was Quentin Tarantino. Thank you, Anita Leach, for that. And so, yeah, but I really want for, I lost my train of thought because I have so many thoughts about, I think I was talking about being able to digest information and spit it back out. And I just want us to, and not us meaning people in this room right now, because I know I'm probably speaking to the choir, but I was saying how we need to, learn some smart behaviors and use them from the whitey because, happy 100th birthday to Malcolm X. I just needed to say that. I think I might have said it at the top of this, but I just needed to say that again because we don't have the type of freedom fighters that we used to have. I was watching and if you get a chance, it's on the Malcolm X's, the Malcolm and Betty Shabazz YouTube page. But I was watching Attorney Crump. Now, some of us just want to be popular. The way he was fawning after Fat Joe was disappointing. Okay, I got him fawning over Lauryn Hill because, all hail Lauryn Hill. But for him to be in such a position of power, the fawning needs to stop. Like, have a good time, but he had Ilyasa, the daughter who's the president of the foundation, he would not allow her to take a picture with the awardees by herself. He was in every one. He pushed the girl out the way who was supposed to be giving the awards to the recipients so he could give the awards to the recipients. And I'm going down a whole nother rabbit hole, and we'll talk about that on a whole nother day. But we don't have the same type of freedom fighters that we used to have. We're going to have to be our own freedom fighters. We're going to have to build our own communities. We're going to have to um, not look for the superhero that's gonna save us. But let me go down. I forgot what you loved. Sorry. Yes, that interview was so good, Antoinette. That was one of the best ones. And then I think that was the one where they did a clip of him, what was it, 15 years ago or something like that, just beginning in the industry. It was really good. It makes sense as to why they are focused on that, because we usually are excited to take what we are offered because we don't know any better, and not all, but some of us. And I will take the word excited out of it. I think some of us, especially when it comes to entertainment, we just want the project to get done, right? We, especially, it's for people who are creatives, it's like giving birth. It is truly like giving birth. And so you are, going through 28 months, 42 months holding this baby, and somebody finally says, yes, we're going to give you a budget to direct, produce, and get it out there. And you may negotiate some, and then they push back, and it's like, this is our best and final. Once you hear best and final, it takes a really strong person who's willing to walk away from getting this 42-month-old delivery done, to say, okay, never mind, I'm going to take it to another studio. I don't know, especially in the beginning stages or even somewhat advanced, I don't know that I would be able to do that. And I'm a negotiator. I know how to negotiate. But once that best and final, that's then you having to decide, all right, well, you know what? I'm just going to have to walk away. So I don't know if it's excitement or I want the story to get out. Now, for some people, it's excitement for the crumbs on the table. But for people who are like, who are storytellers and want the truth out there, they may just want the truth out there. And it's not just Black people that get lowballed in Hollywood. There's a lot of white people in all different denominations. Hollywood is there to make money. And so if you cannot guarantee, and it's like a risk, you got to think about it. Every time a studio invests, it's a risk. There have been so many $100 million films that made $50 million back. So it's a risk. So yeah, I wouldn't say that we're all super excited. I hope it was a huge lesson. We have short memory spans. Listen, we still out here buying Prada, shopping at H&M, buying Gucci, and they have all been raggedy towards us. We got real short memories. So you also love Ryan's story about how his girlfriend at the time, and supported him in even going into screenwriting, which he verbalized having initial questions about and pursuing this. Yeah, such a beautiful that shows a lot as to his love for not just his wife, but for his people. He talked also about how there was some type of device he needed, and while he was in school, and she bought it for him, and because he couldn't afford it at the time. Yeah, no, he's a dynamic individual. Like, he is dynamic, and he's another one. He does not live in a silo. Now I can't get into the music from Sinners as much as, so I started off by saying, if you haven't watched Forever, until you can, go ahead to Spotify, download or just listen to the official playlist from Netflix. It's the Forever official playlist. I can't stop listening to it. I can't say the same about the Center soundtrack, but I will say that the guy who did the score is he from Germany? Is one of his best friends from college who's a white guy. Like, like that's what I'm saying. Like, I hear so many people now. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but just saying everybody ain't bad, right? Everybody is not bad. Being in Mexico, let me tell you, every time I come here, the last week I had people here scouting. We're up on the rooftop of my apartment building. Met these two attorneys, married, wealthy. I could tell they're wealthy just by the properties they own. One in the building that we're staying in, but their penthouse. Already been invited to stay in their penthouse. When I was here last time, I'm just sunbathing at the beach. Another Caucasian woman having conversations with Seer, you know, I did the woosah, right? We would do morning Mayan ritual, Mayan services. And she lives in an exclusive part of Mexico and was like, listen, if I'm not going to be here, if you need a place to stay, you can stay in my place. I don't rent out my place. You can stay in my place. Now, listen, it's my hangups where I would not do that, right? Because I'm like, listen, next thing I know, oh, she stole the china. Oh, she stole the silverware. That's my trust issues, right? It's not hers. But every time I come here, I meet someone amazing that does not think like the people that we see being blatantly, you know what. So saying all that to say, we need to, or we not we need to, I hate to say that, but it's good when we open our eyes and ears, because I've been taught a lot by them, and not for any reason. They weren't selling nothing. They wanted me in on the game. And there's a game, right? There's a game in the US of A. And so it's unfortunate that many of us just are not exposed to it. When Miles Caton sang that, okay, times when I wasn't even born, I could feel that in my soul. Yeah, again, there were a couple, if you're talking about, I think you're talking about the Center soundtrack. There were a couple songs that I was like, okay, but forever, I could listen from the first note. That first song has me in a chokehold. I will repeat that 7 times before I go to the rest of the playlist. So yeah, when you were in Querétaro, you felt at peace, so relaxed. Yeah, and again, wherever that peace is for you, if you don't have it now, I promise you it exists. It may not be Mexico, but it exists. It exists someplace. And for me, like I wouldn't be at peace here during hurricane season because of the heat. No, I would not be at peace here. Not at all. Because I like being outdoors, and that heat could be stifling. So much so, other parts of Mexico. I was supposed to be in Merida. I probably would have been coming back today, but this weekend I was supposed to go to Merida. And I met a woman who, well, I had been seeing how hot it was. And then I met this woman last week, and she was like, don't do it to yourself. She was like, it is too hot. It is ridiculously hot. And I follow the community in Merida, and there are people there. Is like this heat right now it's over 100 degrees. It's like 105 degrees. And so, yeah. So wherever your piece is, definitely find it. Oh, yeah. You would have to get Netflix to watch it. So, oopsie. But no, if you can, for whoever has it, or if you're at a friend's house or you go on vacation and they got Netflix on, the TV there, if you do have the opportunity to watch Forever, please do. But I just really wanted to come on and talk about these two beautiful love stories because um, it's been a while. And I am a huge lover of media, cinema, um, particularly Black love stories. And I will tell you, the reason why I know Forever was so good, because after seeing Sinners, what was the next movie I saw? I saw the movie with Kerry Washington, Shadow Force, I think is the name of it. And I was like, "Dag Ryan, you done messed it up for because it wasn't a horrible movie, but Sinners was so good." I was like, "This ain't it." Like this wasn't. I was happy. Like I didn't pay for it, so if I would have paid for that, then I may be saying some other things. Whereas with Sinners, I paid for. So and then saw it again here in Mexico. Oh, that's what I wanted to think. I'm so glad. So I really, before I ended, I wanted to talk about the different experiences in the theaters. But back to Sinners real quick. Sinners messed it up for me, even watching like movies on Amazon Prime and Netflix since I've been here until I saw Forever. And I was like, good quality cinema is back. The rebirth of good quality Black cinema is back. Now, let me quickly talk about the experience at the theater in New York City for Sinners, and then the experience in the theater for Mexico. Can I just tell you? So, New York City, diverse audience, young, old, white, Black, Hispanic. When I tell you, the end, oh, I can't even, just in case people are sleeping. The clapping, the screaming, the oh my gosh, this was the best movie ever. Like those are mostly the young people. The older people just clapping, yay, yay, yay. If you haven't seen it, stay till the end, till the lights come on, because you will miss one specifically very important part of the film. Another part, good entertainment. The last part, the very last part. But everybody screaming. The place was in an eruption. Saw it here in Mexico, where it was me and two other Black women. At the end, I'm trying to give an analogy. So if you've ever flown to a Latin American country or Central American country, when the plane lands, you're going to get this. That's what we got in the theater. So it wasn't the yelling, it wasn't the screaming, but it was definitely this. And so it was in English with Spanish subtitles. And if I'm going to say everyone except, well, actually one of the girls that I was with, Rosa, she's a Spanish educator. She's Black, but she's a Spanish teacher. And so that means they were reading the subtitles, and they still at the end did a round of applause. So the overall consensus in both places was that this movie was phenomenal. And I think it also spoke to cultures that understand, right? Good and evil, understand that I don't want to get into the hoodooism of it all, but understand that there's things that have been hidden. So if you listen to like the learnings or the teachings of the Mayan culture, similarly to our culture, there's a lot that has to do with more than just God and the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, And so I think that added to a lot of the, round of applause here. And everybody was smiling when they left. And so, anywho, I will tell you there's one part in there where you may jump just, it's not really scary, but it's the sound, it's the, and it has to do with Remick. And when Remick is first introduced to, but after the first time you see it, not scary at all. So yeah, so that's all I got, y'all. Ryan created a new genre. On a different note, thank you for modeling the importance of not falling into the trap of distraction in relation to court issues. Yeah. Do you mean like the news and everything going on? Yeah. I don't have the bandwidth. I mean, let me just say this. Um, more than what bothers me with the news and the court issues is our ignorance to it. That makes me more upset than anything else. Like I said, we are more distracted by that court issue. That's what you meant. Okay. Yeah, no. And guess what? I know him personally, right? Went to school with him personally, hung out with him personally, way back in the days, never at, one of them other things. And I refuse for that to take up any amount of my time, because what is going to happen is going to happen. And the other thing I know for sure is that I will start paying more attention when they start completely getting rid of what the ugliness of what's going on in certain, not just in Hollywood, but lots of places. The fact that the selective outrage is not worth my time. So yeah, it wasn't amazing how our intro to the vampire was image of him being banished from heaven. When I tell, and what was the Indian tribe? The Choctaw Indian tribe. Even though their time on the screen was limited, so powerful. But yes, that right there so that was the scariest part for me, because like I said, it was the sound, the shock. It wasn't like an expectation that was going to happen. But the second time I saw it, it was like, okay, I know what's coming. But the Choctaws, oh my gosh. And if you know anything, so my family's from the South, and I have family, listen, blessed to have family Gullah Geechee, blessed to have family Native American, I think mostly Cherokee though. But the stories are getting lost. Stories are getting lost. And I will be in South Carolina in June, trying to uncover as much as I can, video tape in hand, recording. I have an aunt that is 94. She will be 95. I have another, I call her my aunt as well. She is, I want to say 95 now, God willing. First week I'm there. Oh, will I be getting all of the stories, the stuff that many people don't ask about anymore, and it's so far removed from us, but I plan to go deep while I'm there. And so I'll be there for at least a month, and I will be handling business and also digging deep. I will be going to parts of the South where my family, I have family that used to live, like Georgetown, South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina. I'm digging deep. This movie has got me more intrigued than ever. And when I was younger, these were things that, we would hear, but whatever, So I look forward to digging deep when I'm there. How much is the movie there, girl? $4.90 for an evening. This I'm not talking matinee, child. And even matinees in New York is what, $12 or something like that? Because the theater you go 18 or $20, $4.90. Who did I think I told Antoinette. I don't know if she's still here, but I had spoke to her and I was like, girl, movie's $4.90 here. Get everybody a ticket. Tickets on the house, like $4.90. You meant to phrase the above as a question about the vampire. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I said. Wasn't it amazing? Yeah, wasn't it? That was okay. You didn't have to put the question mark. Dr. Kabadi, you said, wasn't it amazing how our intro to the vampire was the image of him being banished for heaven? Yeah, I got that. Yeah, it was. It absolutely was. It was amazing. It was scary. That's why I say it was scary too. That's when I was like, ooh, I jumped a little. Oh, child, creative flavors. That dance music scene. And I think Ruth Carter will probably take home. Listen, I don't like giving them too much credit, but Ruth Carter will probably take home for costume design because specifically, I think the whole thing was amazing, but that scene, child, the way she had to go for the past few hundred years, not even because she took it back to the motherland. So I don't know how far she went back, but that was so brilliant. Oh, you're in North Carolina, your best friend's in South Carolina. So creative flavors, you probably know some of them hidden. Actually, so my cousins invited me, and I can't remember when it is, but there's a powwow in Cherokee, North Carolina. They have an annual powwow. Cherokee. They also have a casino that they stay at, a hotel, whatever. Cherokee Tribe, North Carolina annual powwow. Powwow. Oh, it's the 4th of July. Whoa, they didn't tell me this because I was supposed to come back before the 4th. I'm staying. I am staying. Okay, so 4th of July. Let me see. Can I share this? Let me see if I can share this. I just got this invitation last week, actually, but I don't think they told me it was the 4th of July. Okay, remove, add to stage. So the 4th of July is the powwow in Cherokee, North Carolina. Celebrating culture. Who wants to meet me at the powwow in Cherokee, North Carolina? Oh my gosh, I have to let them know. I probably didn't read because this was last week. When I tell you my WhatsApp, I get 300 messages a day. I probably thought it was later in the year and it was like, okay, cool. Oh my gosh, this is powwow is one word, not two. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. I gotta start planning, y'all. I gotta start planning. Because you want to talk about getting some intel and some insight. I can't wait. Do y'all know? Y'all don't even understand right now. God does not play. God does not play because had I not done this live and had I rushed off to make it to this open mic night, I would not have, I won't say I won't have. Who knows if I would have come to the realization that the powwow is the 4th of July weekend. I hope I could get a place to stay. Oh my gosh. They, I think, have a place for me to stay, but I don't know because I like to have my own places to stay. So we gonna figure this out. We are gonna figure this out. Oh, are you talking about? I don't know. Child. Oh, you're here. Yeah, didn't I tell you the tickets was $4.90 for the movie theater? $16 in Florida. Yeah. Listen, if you would have went to see it in IMAX, I think it was like 30 something dollars in New York per ticket. Per ticket. Um, and then they had the 70 millimeter, I think, which was more than that. Hey, Dominique. Uh, I don't I don't know what your question. Where is here? I'm not sure what that was. Oh, Christine, I didn't even think about that. Well, Shell is in. I don't know that she's near. She's in a different part. I'm not gonna say it out. But yeah, you live near Greenville, North Carolina, but grew up in Long Island. I remember going to the Indian. Yes, so I have a well, another real close friend. Hey, Rochelle's probably not watching right now, but hey, Ro, her family goes to that every year. Yeah. I know sometimes it's cold there though. I remember that. But yeah, she goes every year. What? Wow. Is that about the powwow, which I just learned is one word, not two? It's 6 hours away from you. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be about 6 hours from where I'm gonna be. Like Myrtle Beach area. I heard it's like 6 hours away. Um, I'm gonna tell you right now, Myrtle Beach, MYR to Cherokee, North Carolina. It is driving. I wonder. Oh, it used to go. It's 6 hours and 36 minutes. It's 336 or 37 miles. I got to figure it out. I got time while I'm here. I will be figuring it out because I had no idea. Y'all want to see how much it costs to stay there? Let's see. Are y'all watching this? Let me add this. Let's just see how much the prices are right now if I stayed at the Cherokee Hotel. I ain't staying at no motel. Mm-mm. Sorry. Oh, all these ones? Harris. Let's see. I have to go to the website. I just want to see what the 4th of July rates are. So I, I may not be getting too excited. Let's see. Oh, 4th to the 6th. No, but I wouldn't be coming in on the 4th. I'd probably come in on the 3rd and stay till the 7th and just see. 380 a night, 389 a night. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Something I could work with. All right. I am super excited, y'all. I just want to thank y'all for staying on with me because I truly would have said adios, amigos, and went to that. Now I missed but that's good. This was worth it. Yeah, because they're only going to be there another 20 minutes if they're still there. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited about the powwow, especially because of Mr. Ryan Coogler. But I have been asked to come to this for some time now. And truth be told, 4th of July used to be a super busy Essence Festival every 4th of July. I could not take off unless it was something, dire. But I could not be like, oh, I can't come. I'm going to the powwow. And, and I don't even know if it was, yeah. Anyway, saying all that to say, now I can, and I'm super excited. I may do a Black Travel and Culture meetup in Cherokee, North Carolina for the powwow. So, oh, you're so welcome. Yes, I will be going live again with next week. I'm going live with a guest. So stay close to, I have to figure out, we have to work out the dates, but it is my birthday weekend. So I probably won't be going live this weekend, but I will be back next week. I might sometimes I do like a members only live because, I'm kind of personal and sometimes I don't feel comfortable, letting the internets know exactly where I am. Just it was weird, like just being here and having people stop and say, "Oh, you're Kim with the gems," and I'm like, it's happened like 4 times, and I'm just not comfortable with that yet. And maybe I will be, or maybe I won't. So sometimes I go live, but even if I don't, if you're not part of the membership, I'll repost it, a couple days later. So you can see. What is my favorite food so far in Mexico? So, I have favorite restaurants. Let me see. What would be my favorite food? Okay, let me just say this. Mexican food is not my favorite food. Mexican food, so my favorite cuisine, cultural cuisine, outside of, down home cooking, right? Southern cooking, is Italian. So I can go to Italy and eat from sunup to sundown and probably love everything that authentic Italian food. That is my favorite food. Mexican food is maybe sixth or eighth on the list. So I have restaurants that specialize in certain dishes. So for breakfast, I have a special place that I go for breakfast. And what's included in that is I don't even know if it's like beans, plantains, turkey, meat, sausage, whatever. I had, you know what? I'm gonna show it doesn't the crazy thing is it does not look good. Right? I showed it to somebody before and it was like, it looks like somebody regurgitated. But let me see if I could, because I think I took a picture. Hold on. Let me see if I could pull it up. So my favorite food is I love fruits. That's weird, right? But I love their fruits. I love fresh fruits. I'm not like a big taco person. I've never been. I like American style tacos, but that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. I don't want to bash. It's just I'm allergic to guacamole. I mean to avocado. So that's really hard for me to answer. I was trying, but it's not working. So I'm just gonna show you. I'll show you this rest. This was the little boy from the movie with Shadow Force. He was such a good actor. I will say that. He was really good. And I think they said he's in some other, I'm going to show this real quick. He was so good. This was at the premiere. I can't remember his name. So, but he's in some other things and his acting was exquisite, exquisite. So let me see. I'm still trying to show you the. Oh, here's something. Hold on. So what do I like? I like chaquilas. So it is nachos. Oh, girl, child. I don't know why I didn't think of this. So I have two favorite meals or two favorite restaurants, but they're not Mexican. One is Jamaican. It used to be called Rocca's, and then it went to Roxy's Fish and Grill. Now it's called Roots, but it's the same guy who owns it. His name is Marvin. He is amazing. But anything there, from the fish tacos to, and I'm not a big taco person, it's the fish that I really, really like. But the shrimp and garlic butter, he also has like jerk chicken, curry chicken, jerk shrimp, oxtails. I don't eat oxtails, but the place is banging. And then there's this Thai restaurant called Yum Yum. Those are my two, I guess, favorite restaurants that I would go to. And let me show you. Well, I think it's on my, yeah, it's the cover of one of my videos. So I'm not going to show it. I'm still trying to find this breakfast that I love, because people always be like, eel. But it is so, so good. And the name of the place is La Chango de Cueva, or La Cueva de Chango. Now, ask me what my favorite cocktail is. Love me a mezcalita. Mezcalitas are muy delicioso. And it's like a margarita, but instead of using tequila, they use mezcal, which is a smokier type of alcohol from the agave plant. And so, yeah, I can't find this. But I drink like fresh coconut water. I eat lots of fruit. I look forward to the fruit. I was supposed to stop at the fruiteria today, but I didn't. But I'll get up tomorrow morning. Yes, I cannot find the picture of the regurgitation. But yeah, let me see if there's any more questions. I am so excited about the powwow. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Come on for a few minutes so we can wish you a happy, yeah, ciao. Maybe in one of the private communities, but I will not be going live not on my birthday. We'll see. Thank you so much. About the movie price. Oh yeah, $4.90, child. We go every night, right? And that's 7 times 5, $35. YouTube is like a mini Hollywood online. Gotta get used to the paparazzi. Yeah, I don't know that I'll ever get used to people that I don't know saying my name and I don't know them. And actually, truth be told, you could say my name, because I'll be like, oh, did I go? Because I went to Howard. I worked at Essence. So seeing Black people who have doppelgangers, like, that's just common. But then when you say Kim with the gems, that means I don't really know you. You don't really know me. The head on swivel thing is real. And so, thank you so much. But yeah, maybe one day. So, right. But you should see with the people, right? So they don't, why are you scared? Why are you not here? So anyway, it's just not my comfort level. But anyway, it's an hour and 44 minutes. How did we go from, oh, I could make the death? But it was all in God's perfect timing. God don't play, because I would have been missing the pow pow unless my cousins would have re-invited me, right? Because I was like, oh, it's the end. I'm thinking, because I know the one in Long Island is when it's cold. Like the weather can be cold, because I've seen my friend's pictures every year, and sometimes she has to early morning wrap up, whatever. But I'm doing some research tonight. I am going to go to the store, and what do I need to get? Joe no say mine. So I'm gonna run to the store, not run. I'm gonna walk to the store because it stays open 24 hours, and then do some research tonight. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'll report back on that, because I may be putting together a little, I don't do big groups, right? So maybe a little 5-person group thing for whoever wants to come experience the Cherokee Indians with me. And learn more about their culture. I am super excited about this. Woohoo! Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Please, 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 if you have Netflix, if you have access to Netflix and you haven't watched forever, do yourself a favor. If you haven't seen Sinners, do yourself a favor. If you know of something that we need to watch, right? Put it in the comment section so that we can be spending our time on quality, right? Versus this other BS that's going on. So thank you for your time, your hour and 46 minutes, which I had no idea this was going to last that long, especially because nobody used the thing to call in, and nobody, wanted to chit chat. Yes, it was so nostalgic. Yeah, it was. Again, I will rewatch it, not binge it, and probably not while I'm here. But yeah, I definitely, oh, it was such a it reminded me of how I felt reading a Judy Blume book, except it's Black people. But now I'm older. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, was I that dumb? Like, oh my gosh, young love, like, So yeah, but thank you so much for joining, Dominique. And thank you for being part of the Gym Nation. Thank you so much, Dr. Kamani, for, all that you do, our lifting as we climb, consulting guru. I appreciate all your hard work in trying to keep us ready as well, because more voices are needed. More voices like yours are needed. And even when it gets rough, we just have to push through. So yeah. I am going to try to catch the sunrise. Oh, I missed the moonrise. That's what I was trying to catch. Okay, but it's all good. It's all good. I have a couple, at least 10 more days here. Good night, Christine. I love you too, Miss Moderator with the wrench. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate your hard work. And I won't be going live on my birthday, but maybe that Sunday, because my girl Cece, who's a promoter here, is doing a beach party. So I might go live from there. Anyway, everyone have a good night. Talk to you soon, or see you soon.